Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here outside the Jacob Javits Center here for the B&H Photo BILD Expo. This is a two-day event. I'm only going to be here for day one because I have something else I had to do tomorrow. But I'm very excited. I was at the last year's expo, which was the first. It celebrated B&H Photo's 50th anniversary in the business, and now I guess it's going to be an annual event. It was very well attended last year. I'm sure it's going to be very well attended this year. So let's go inside and register and see what's going on. This line is sick. I should have got here 2 hours ago. So many exhibitors. I'm not even sure where to start. I think I'm going to go to the Canon exhibit, wherever that is. Yeah, so I'm going to look for the Canon exhibit. I have some questions I want to ask some of the reps about some upcoming cameras. And otherwise, just going to have fun.
A couple of notes on the subject protection. On the newer cameras for animals, we've added horses, and for that matter, zebras, as well as birds, dogs, and cats, and animals that kind of look like them. For vehicles on the high-end cameras, again, thinking about the R1, the R5 Mark II, they've added trains and planes, as well as cars and motorcycles.
So I asked the Canon rep about the R6 III and the R7 II, if he heard anything. He feigned ignorance. He said, oh, they don't tell me anything unless it's already out. And I said, okay, sure. I said, I said, I wouldn't even tell anybody. I said, never mind the mic and the DJI. It'll be just between us, but he didn't bite. All right, so moving on. So this is like a little macro camera, macro lens, going inside as a model of Notre Dame, resulting in this.
Double click the power button. Oh, wow.
This soap bubble artist was at the Adobe booth. It was fascinating to watch him blow smoke into one of the bubbles, as you're about to see. I have no idea what this demo has to do with Adobe, but he did get my attention, which was probably the point. I'm at the Tamron booth just now, and I just asked the rep behind me if there was anything coming off of Canon within the next year, and he said the only thing, so they have one mount lens right now, it's the 11-20 for APS-C, and the only lens that he's aware of that's going to come out in the next year is going to be another crop sensor lens. So nothing for full frame. Us R5 shooters are going to be out of luck for a while. You know, it sucks, but that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to keep on moving on and see what else is around here. Just ran into Matt Granger, second time. Actually, the first time was 2 years ago at the first BILD Expo, and he seemed to recognize me. And also thank me for interacting with the channel. Here's the photo that we just took. And see what else we can find. This has been a very good day, and I've only been here half an hour. Well, I just had a nice ego stroke experience. I just got recognized by a couple of followers. So here's my photo with Fernando and his friend. And now let's see what else is going on here. This has been a very, very nice experience so far. I'm heading up the escalator to the second floor where all the speakers and presentations are. So this should be interesting. I know that, I don't know who's showing up or showing at what time. I hope to see Peter McKinnon. Hope to see Jared Poland. I don't know if he's speaking today or tomorrow. And I won't be able to make it tomorrow, so hopefully it's today. Well, unfortunately, Peter McKinnon and Jared Poland are both tomorrow, and I won't be able to see them. But there are some other interesting speakers here, scheduled here, so hopefully I'll catch one of them. Looks like one presentation just broke up. I don't know who it is. Right. I just attended a talk by a Kenyan photographer named Tandewe Miriu. And I'm going to put up some of the footage of her speech. I think it was very entertaining. She has basically it was a project called Camouflage that was the focus of her talk, talking about her use of African textiles and such to create her vision. So let me just put up some shots of that and be right back.
And so he introduced me to a collective of photographers who went on to teach me everything I knew about being a photographer. Things like how to make an invoice, how to send cold emails, how to put together a portfolio. This group of photographers really started me on my journey. But they also introduced me to something else, commercial photography. Remember, Tandiwe doesn't want to record, I want to create. And so initially I thought the one way to do that would be to be a fashion photographer. But it quickly became clear to me that it may be a little bit difficult to make a living as a fashion photographer in a non-fashion hub. And so when they introduced me to commercial photography, I realized that this was another outlet that I could have for my creative voice.
This guy is using a VR headset, and he looks very confused. So there are a lot of model setups here. Actually, right behind me here is a model. This is a lighting company. And I'm going to put up a couple of shots that I took of her myself. Just left a talk by a photographer and videographer named Ethan Barber. Works out of New York City. He shoots mostly on an iPhone, and he does architectural and street work. I'm going to put up a clip of some of his talk. Then I'm going to move on. I'm probably going to be leaving here pretty soon, just because I have things to do. But it's been a great day here at the B&H BILD Expo. I'm going to go back down to the exhibition area, walk around a little bit more, and then I'll wrap it up.
Thank you all so much for coming. My name is Ethan. If you're here, the chances are that you probably already know that, but in case you don't and you happen to come on in, welcome. My name is Ethan Barber, and I am a New York City architectural and archival photographer. I'm based right here in Manhattan on the Upper East Side, and I have been a photographer for over 15 years of my life. And I've been capturing New York for just under 10 years now. So anyway, this is an example of just some of my photography from over the years. I grew up just across the Hudson River in New Jersey. For those of you who don't know, it's literally right there. And I had the privilege of coming into Manhattan all the time as a kid. From some of my earliest memories are being pushed around in a stroller on the streets of Midtown after emerging from Penn Station. And I think that kind of having that privilege of coming into the city all the time as a very young kid really helped shape my creative muse. I'm personally of the opinion that New York City is the greatest city in the world. My opinion is always right, therefore you can consider it fact. I really believe the skyline is living and breathing, and the same skyline that you see today is not going to be the same skyline in 10 years. We have new buildings going up, and that juxtaposition of beautiful 18th century architecture in Soho, combined with tiny little cigarette skyscrapers that tower over Central Park. I think that juxtaposition is really something magical that only New York really holds.
Okay, well, all good things must come to an end, and this is going to be the end of this video. I thank you for joining me for this little adventure. We've had a lot of fun going to the exhibits, seeing the presentations from several presenters, also a lot of model shoots, which I'll put some photos up of some of the shoots that I took. But it's time to go, and unfortunately I can't come back to day 2 because life gets in the way. Thanks for joining me in this adventure, and if you liked what you've seen and you want to see more, please give me a subscription if you're not already subscribed. A like and a comment would be great. And also, if you click on any of the affiliate links to Amazon.com that I have in the description below and buy anything, I will get a small commission. It costs you absolutely nothing extra, and it helps grow the channel. So thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now. I'm going to end this video by sharing some more shots I took of the various models staged around the venue, followed by some architectural images I took in the neighborhood. Thanks again for joining me and watching this far. See you next time.